pretty early on in my channel, like when I had kind of just started, I reviewed two games. I reviewed Inside from Playdead, and I reviewed The Last Guardian, created by Fumito Ueda of Ico and Shadow of the Colossus fame. And if you have been following me all this time, you will know that the next projects from these two sources, these two creators, have been pretty much up there near the very top of my list of most hotly anticipated games. Every year, I do it like a wish list video of things that I wish to see in the next year. And the next thing from Playdead and the next thing from Fumito Ueda. Fumito Ueda, it's hard to say. It's just been everything. And like year after year after year after year goes by, it gets to the point where it feels like it's just never going to happen. But one of these things, it finally happened. At the Game Awards last night, we finally, what has it been, 8 years? I think 8 years since The Last Guardian. We finally got a look at Fumito Ueda's next game, and I cannot even communicate how strongly this has impacted me, my very soul. This is genuinely one of the big ones, one of the absolute top of the list big ones for me. Shadow of the Colossus was like words cannot describe how that game felt to play when it came out. It felt like something so special, so impossibly special. I remember like literally like going to my friends and just being like, you have to play this. Like you have to come over. You have to play this right now. Just one of the most incredible gaming experiences of my life. And then after that, I went back and I played Eco, and I did really like it. Really, really like it. It wasn't quite Shadow of the Colossus. It was, clearly it was a lot of those ideas, but in a more basic form. Really, really incredibly super good though. Clearly, Ueda has such an incredible, just artistic sense, such a unique, just a unique take on games, such a unique style. Last Guardian, I was kind of disappointed with. I know it's a little, reception was kind of mixed. I was one of those people who thought it was just a little too frustrating, and that is frustrating because like I could see what the game was doing, and I feel like if it was just a little bit less so, if it was a little less hard to control the creature, I would have connected with it emotionally. I feel like it messed up that balance really, really slightly, and it was a bummer. It was actually kind of heartbreaking, but I still enjoyed the experience. I still need to go back and like play it again. I still enjoyed it, and I could still appreciate what it was doing, and I am still completely a fan of Ueda. I still have complete trust in the guy, and I am still 100 trillion% on board to play whatever is next. And I remember for a long time, like we didn't even know what he was working on next. He was like talking about maybe making something like different. I feel like at one point he was even talking about doing like a shooter or something. Like, I don't know. So like, I didn't know if when he finally revealed his new game, I didn't know what it would be. So, I didn't really want to get my expectations up too much. But here it is. We finally have it. And it's really funny because I mentioned Playdead and Ueda, and in both cases, they're going sci-fi. they're going sci-fi. Their newest projects are sci-fi projects, and I think that's great because I love sci-fi. I really love sci-fi. So, okay, so the trailer itself, let's actually get to it. It shows a person climbing up some sort of huge mech, which, okay, sorry, gotta stop there. Gotta stop already, because here in the first moments of this trailer, we already have so much confirmation that I needed to see. Because like I said, I didn't know what the project would be. He might have just gone off in some wild direction and made a completely new kind of thing. But like you can see immediately here that this is 100% an Ueda game. I think it is so cool that Shadow of the Colossus introduced these giant creatures and scaling them, and then he took that idea and created a giant friend for you to, interact with and even like climb onto and stuff in The Last Guardian. And clearly he found that to be such a captivating idea because he seems to be doing it again here, where you have like a mech, but you are actually like physically jumping onto it and climbing up it to get into it. Okay, so conceptually, this is an Ueda game. This is a Fumito Ueda game. This is it. You're the third person, you're the character, you're running around, you're climbing on something big. So that's the confirmation that I really needed, is that artistically, this is what it needed to be. This is everything that I wanted it to be. And the mind is racing. My mind is going crazy, imagining some sort of mech game where you're actually, like, what's even the gameplay gonna be? When you get in the mech, are you then like flying around and like shooting stuff? Maybe. It's possible. Like, that would be interesting. That would be really surprising for an Ueda game, which has always, just been a person running around in third person doing like platforming and stuff. So that's an interesting idea. And yet I'm still just so captivated by the concept of treating the mech like this real vehicle. And obviously this is going to create like an emotional kind of attachment with it. The act of manually getting in and out, I don't know, design wise, I just think it's a really, really fascinating idea. So like, again, just like right there, right at the beginning, it's already like, okay, cool. It's just like so cool. And again, like, it's sci-fi, it's mechs, the way the ladder like lights up as they go. It's such a short little tease. And usually little teases can be really, really frustrating, more frustrating than anything. But this, it really does it. I did want more. Of course I did. Of course I want to know more about this. But the amount of information conveyed in this short trailer, it really was a lot. It really was a lot to chew on. And between all of the confirmations, and now we know it's a sci-fi setting and mechs and everything, and like just, oh, it's incredible. Seriously, my mind is just racing at the possibilities. And Fumito Ueda has always just excelled at creating these emotional connections between like the player character and the player and whatever the character is interacting with. Obviously in Eco, it's the relationship between the two characters. You're protecting this girl and leading her around. And then in Shadow of the Colossus, you've got aggro, you've got your relationship with your horse, and then also like the way that you're defeating the Colossi and how you kind of feel bad when you kill them. And it's just, I don't know. And then of course, Last Guardian, like, what can I say about that? It's a boy and his dog, and it's super emotional, and like, I don't know, his work does that thing that video games can do uniquely, which is to insert yourself emotionally into the experience and create these connections between these digital elements in a way that like you really can't get with a movie or any kind of media. And that's one of the reasons I love Ueda's work so much. I connect with it on just such a deeper level. And of course, it's the whole experience. The art style is incredible. The production value is amazing. Like, it always looks really amazing and cinematic and great. So yeah, so this trailer confirms a lot of that, makes me feel real good, real good. And then there's another thing about this trailer that I really, really want to point out, because this is not, oh, I love it. I could just, it's not just a trailer showing off a piece of the game. I love this trailer because it is unlike any other trailer. You know, if you have a game and, I don't know, it's an action game or whatever the game is, and you just like, whether, you could just show a cinematic trailer and that shows nothing. That shows essentially nothing. It just kind of shows off the visual style of the world or whatever. Or you could show off gameplay, and if it's an action game, then it shows, a character running around and hitting stuff, or like just whatever. This trailer is so unique because let's imagine this trailer that's like kind of in the same style, but it's for another game. It starts with a character, maybe they're even getting into a big giant mech, and on the horizon, there's this big wave of something, enemies, and they're coming. 100% of the time. I'm not even gonna say 90, no, every single time. If you've seen this trailer before that I'm describing, what happens? The character, like, readies themselves. They, like, you know, maybe they even say a little quip or something, or maybe not. Maybe it's very serious. Maybe they wordlessly get into their mech. But the big wave of enemies gets there. In most cases, it will cut right before or at the clash, suggesting that there is then a big battle, suggesting that this combat, this conflict that you will be taking part in when you play the game, it begins right there. And that's what makes this a trailer. It's what makes it a teaser. And then maybe it will show the clash. Maybe it will show it. It will animate it. It'll show them fighting. Maybe then it'll even cut to gameplay and show you actually flying around in your mech and fighting guys. That's what's gonna happen in basically every other case. But what happens here? This trailer, this hotly anticipated trailer, shows a character climbing up the back of a mech and getting into the head, like up on top, looking to the horizon, and this wave of something. I don't even, just like it's weird energy or I don't know what it is. It's coming. What does the character do? They retreat, because this is a hopeless scenario. They get into the head detaches, and it's not clean. It's not like, oh, you know, activating emergency, whatever, and it's like easy to go. No, like, it's like, this is not supposed to happen. This is a protocol that you hope you do not have to use. It's like ripping cords off of the body. And this person in the head retreats. They start to fly away, and then this wave of whatever comes crashing and presumably destroys this body, this thing that they just introduced us to. They just showed it off, and it gets destroyed, and there's even an explosion that like knocks the person in the head away. This trailer, it already begins not just with a concept, not just with a seed of a gameplay idea. Oh, in this one, you get to pilot a big mech or whatever. No, it begins on the emotional note, and oh, the music. Oh my goodness, the music. That music, that right there, like that sound, that exact like choir sound is so Fumito Ueda already. It sounds like I'm listening to something from Shadow of the Colossus. And so that rings so strongly in my soul. Already I'm having an emotional reaction, and this trailer is communicating to me the absolute hopelessness of this scenario. This is not just an action game. This is not just a game where you climb up a big robot. Maybe you're friends with the robot. I don't really know. This short little clip shows a character in an impossible scenario, showing off a cool robot, and then ditching it and watching it get destroyed by this seemingly unstoppable force. Whatever the main conflict is in this game, whatever the story, it seems very, very dire. And that is a heck of a trailer. If you ask me, that is a heck of a trailer. It's short, it's a tease. We don't know when we're gonna get the next chunk, but wow, what a delivery. What a way to deliver something really, really impactful with this short little runtime. I am amazed. I keep watching it, and just like the goosebumps, they're just, oh, it's crazy. It's just nuts. It is sad when there is a developer or, you know, a studio or whatever that makes games that you really love and you really want to play, and boy, they just take so long. Yes, it is frustrating. It's been like 8 years. What's he been doing? Has he just been working on this the whole time? Has he maybe been working with a small team and now they're ramping up production? Has it been restarted? Was he not developing a game for a while? I don't really know. And yes, it does seem that this, you know, whenever they say in development and they don't even give a year, like, oh, that's rough. It's so rough. And of course, this is so teasy. They might have started this 6 months ago, for all I know. You know, like, just, we don't know. It's such a tiny little tease. We have no idea how long it's actually been in development. I mean, if this is the project that he's been working on this whole time, then yeah, we had a little, like, blurry art screenshot, like, years ago or whatever. I really don't know. I don't know what's taking so long. and we really just don't know how much longer it's going to be. But yeah, if there's no year on it and they say it's in development, that means I'd say like 2 years minimum. That's probably being optimistic. So, and it's the end of 2024 now. So I don't know, 27. Oh, and like, yeah, there's part of me that wishes they had just not. I don't want to be excited about this for the next 3 or 4 years. I don't want that. I don't want another Last Guardian situation. It's annoying, but I really can't complain too much because he's doing it. He's doing it for real. It's real. It's in front of us. It's tangible. It's actually happening. And this game is now, I don't know, do I have like a top 5 games I'm most excited for? Or something like that. It's easily on the top 5. It's a thing. It's a thing. This was this reveal right here. This was, as far as like gaming stuff goes, this was one of the absolute highlights of my year. It sure as heck made the Game Awards was already pretty good. It had a lot of announcements in it, but like this for me. Oh my gosh. My gosh. This is amazing. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's it. New Fumito Ueda game got announced at the Game Awards last night, and I can't even believe it.